So in this video I'm going to talk about something quite complex which refers to the regression. So I'm going to show you how we can use linear fit in build function for when using satellite images. So when we are working with linear fit function, the data should be set up as a two-band input image, where the first band is the independent variable and the second band is the dependent variable. So in this example, I am going to show the estimation of linear trend of future precipitation projected by climate models. Having said that, I will use independent variable for this example as the time and the dependent variable as the projected precipitation. So the dataset that I am going to use for the precipitation is the NASA's DCP-30 dataset, which consists of downscale climate scenarios for the United States only. So in this particular dataset there are several bands available, and under those bands we are going to use this PR mean value, which indicates the monthly mean of the daily precipitation. So the dataset is available from 1950 to 2099. So it is actually prediction was given from 2006 as I remember. So let's see how we can conduct this climate projection. So first of all, what we have to do is create a time band. So I have created the time band variable, and I create a simple time based band, and it is important to divide by a larger value because it avoids the scaling milliseconds by a large. So the next thing is to load the input image collection. So in here I have created a variable and filter out only the areas or only the images that we are required. So as I said before, that we have selected the NASA next DCP-30, and from that we have selected the RCP-85 property, and finally we filtered the date range from 2006 to 2090. So then we add the time band function which we have created earlier into the collection composite. So after this step, the collection composite will have two bands. So I'll write a print function for this, so you can confirm it now. So the next step is to conduct the linear fit function. So for that we have to provide the independent variable and the dependent variable. So in here we have to write the independent variable first, which is the time variable, and followed by the PR mean, which is the mean precipitation. So let's run the program. So in here I have created the print collection. So when you expand it, you can see there are 22 objects available. Sorry, there are multiple bands available because we are considering all the images from 2006 to 2019. So each image you will find 13 elements, and the original data set will only have 12 elements, 12 bands. However, you can see at the end we have added another variable here, another band here, which is the time band. And then I'll write another print function here. So you can clearly see that we have only 2 bands. So likewise it has finished computing. So the final image that we are considering will have the scale and offset, which is 2 bands only. So you can observe that the output contains 2 bands. So the offset and the scale. So in here, scale is the context, refers to the slope of the line for each pixel of the study area. So as respect to the results, the blue area indicate which areas of increasing trend of precipitation, while the red area indicates decrease in trend of precipitation. So when you look at the output in these areas, you can observe downward trend of precipitation, while most of the parts will experience high volume of future precipitation. So there is a green area in between this red and blue area. So the green area represents no specific trend, whether there is an increasing or decreasing trend. So by looking at the image, you can clearly identify the importance of conducting linear fit functions. So see you in the next video.